Jonathan, from a psychological standpoint, can you take us through the game within the game? You kind of alluded before how you kind of are locked in, but your teammates are going through their ups and downs, but you have to kind of lock in a little different. Can you tell us a little bit about that process for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, going into that game with a kick, it's just, you see a lot of kickers sit around and kicking the net the whole time, but, my philosophy, that was my first ever attempt at a game winner, was kick one in the net. If it feels good, leave it at that, because you don't want to go onto the field with your last kick not feeling great and doubting it. So just trusting in it. And there was just a moment where I just felt God's presence. I just felt all the prayer over me. I just knew that my support system was there for me and that they were praying for me and that God was with me. So I was just completely confident in the abilities God gave me.
And do you mind sharing what you say or what you think about after you made it?
I was just excited, excited to win because, the offense did a great job getting me in that position. Defense had a really hard fight, did a really good job, so just excited to win it as a team.
Great, thank you.
Speaking with the psychology of this, at the end of the first half, when you got the second chance and moving 5 yards closer, how much easier is a kick like that, and how do you clear your mind for the last one?
I mean, it's just like every kick, It's always the next kick is the most important kick. So you don't ever want to dwell, no matter how good nor how poorly your last kick was, right? So just moving on, and just knowing, again, trusting in my ability, going out, knowing that I can hit a 50-yarder. So.
What did you say when you saw there was a flag and you were going to get another shot at it?
I saw him jump off, so I hit the ball and I was like, seeing if it was going to go in, and then once I saw it go, I was like looking for the flag because I saw him jump off. So.
And at the end on the last drive, is there a point when the offense gets there and you say, that's me, I'm there, I can make that kick?
It's usually pregame. I'll tell coach like what my range is. Felt pretty good that whole game, so we got into range and I was like, let's do it. So,
what did you tell him what your range was that day?
I think it was either 55 or 60. So
At the end of the kind of the flip side, end of the 4 minutes to go in the game, and they're lining up for a field goal. Looks like 2-score game. What's going through your mind when they miss the kick and then Nick obviously gets that touchdown catch? It's just a complete game change.
Yeah, I was extremely excited. One for Nick, just to see a freshman go out there and do what he did. He did a great job. But also, just knowing that in the back of my mind that I might have a chance to win the game was just really exciting. Everybody on the sideline was super excited. There was complete confidence in me from everybody that came up to me and said something. So, it was just really exciting to know that I might get the opportunity to win the game.
How many family and friends did you have at the game? Kind of just a little special. Does that make that any more special for you being your home state?
Yeah, there were about 15, 16 people there. My parents, my mom's side of the family was there. My brother and some of my buddies from high school were able to make it, so it was really awesome.
About an hour drive from
I think it was about 2 hours. Yeah.
I'm wondering about the kickoff out of bounds, because that was right after Nick's touchdown. I guess. What goes to how do you process that? And I guess I'm imagining that the next thing is get me in position, give me the ball back, so I can win it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just move on to the next kick. I don't want to be somebody who sits there and dwells on the kick and let my previous kick affect my next kick. So just moving on from it, knowing that I'm a capable kicker and just not thinking about it too much. So.
What happened on that kickoff?
So the big game plan was we wanted to get it more towards the left side of the field so that it eliminated more of the field return. So I was trying to get around the ball a little bit more because normally my ball goes straight down the hash, and so we wanted it more towards the divide of the numbers. And so on that one, I just got around it too much.
Going back to the first game, I mean, Jonathan Smith mentioned that, he regretted not kicking the field goal instead of going for a fourth down. I mean, when a coach admits, a mistake or maybe, in that moment or publicly, what does that do to the players? I mean, to know that is this kind of culture of accountability, I guess, within the program.
Yeah, it's great because you don't want anybody to think. I mean, nobody's above the program here. Just like he says, low ego, high output. And I would expect the same thing from him. Like he's a very humble, great human being. So just hearing him be humble out, not only just with us in the room, but everybody was awesome.
Was that moment on Saturday for you, Jonathan, as high as it's been for you here? Because you come here last year with hopes and expectations and things just for a lot of reasons sort of go off the tracks a little bit. Was that moment for you, sort of what you hoped to be doing and feeling and everything when you came here, I guess? Or was that the high of being here, would you say?
Yeah, I would say that's the high of on the field since I've been here. Being able to make that kick, yeah, definitely. It was my first game-winning attempt, and being able to make it was awesome.
we saw some photos or videos or whatever they put on social media, your teammates. I mean, what did that feel like to see how happy they were for you, especially in that locker room with a lot of guys you just met, you know, a couple months ago or 9 months ago in some cases?
I mean, it's great to have that support system, you know. Everybody came up to me and was like, hey, it's going to come down to you. You got it, you know. And coming in the locker room and just feeling the warmth of everybody, just super excited, not only for me, but just the team. You know, that win was a huge stepping stone for the program. So it was just really exciting.